Customer is looking to get an estimate to have retaining wall put along the side of their house. So this is over at Mark Murphy's house, and we did a bunch of work for him. I'll show you that in a little bit. But right now I'm standing in the back sport court that we have here, and we're looking at the neighbor's property right now. And the neighbor just had a garage put on, and in doing so, they raised it up higher than what the previous one was. And the neighbor's driveway is taller than what their previous one was. So Mark wants to add a wall along his property line to help prevent water from coming into his house. So we are going to bid a 67-foot long retaining wall. We're going to average it at, well, on the contract, Sherry, average it at 14 inches is what you're going to state. However, bid this more in the 16 to 18 inch range because when you're dealing with grade change, retaining wall block has to be like, we're going to end up burying a bunch of it just because of how grade goes. But the idea is about 14 inches out of the ground, which is about two 6-inch blocks. Is 12 plus a cap of 3 inches is 15. So, but for the bidding purpose, we probably have to bury a lot of some of them. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, 67 feet. He knows it's going to be stepping down. We're going to need to take off, so that's 67 feet from here to the end of the house. Beyond, you can kind of see, I'll show you in a second, but where it ends over there. For whoever is building this, it's ambiguous. We didn't have necessarily a set point that we were ending it. We were just going to, we just went to a spot. I just measured to the end of the house. So, or you can see where the cinder block ends, and it's, yeah, I'll show you in a second. And then we've got an extra 6 feet right here that we're going to want to probably boost up a little bit. So an extra core 6 feet by an extra 6 inches. So, and then don't forget, we probably won't be able to use these caps because they're glued on, so we'll have to knock them off. But, all right, so it's just gonna come along here. Take note that this is a manual job. Right here we've got wood that's being used to retain stuff, and then we've got some old cinder block in here that has like this cap on it. And also note that there are trees here, so we might have to do a little bit of finagling to get back here. You're gonna this is obviously, there's no machine access back here. Fortunately, it's not a tall wall, but it's still a nuisance to get this out. So the house ends right here, and you see this stump. I bid to end it, right in this range. If we end it back where the cinder block ends over here, so be it. Just be aware that that's where it's kind of an ambiguous ending over here. How it's just going to end at wherever we end it, at whatever the height happens to be. So the material that we're using is the same block as that we used in the backyard. So we can look on, and that's going to be the match for what we had in it. Like I said, no skid access back here. We'll be able to use wheelbarrows, I assume, or hopefully up the neighbor's driveway to get back here. And this is just for Sherry, so she can see. We have to put in these steppers, this wall. Here's our walk. This is just to show you a completed project, Sherry. Sometimes you like to see it. Steps, and steps going down. Still in very nice shape. Looks nice.